So at only 25 years old, our next guest, Tom Francis, just earned his first Tony nomination for his breakout role as Joe Gillis in the reimagined revival of Sunset Boulevard, which is being hailed as the most coveted ticket on Broadway. Please welcome Tom. How are you? It's so good to have you. When I heard that you were coming on the show, I raised my hand to interview you because the show is fantastic.
Thank you
Everyone
so much.
who's seen it can't rave enough about it. And you've had quite the ride. You did the show on London's West End and won the prestigious Olivier Award for your performance. Now you're making your Broadway debut and received a Tony nomination. What has all this success around this show been like for you?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't processed it yet. Like we're very much like in the throes of the Tony campaigns and stuff at the moment. And I feel like when I step back after I finish this job, I'm gonna sort of look back and be like, wow, that really was a job that sort of formed my career in a beautiful way. But yeah, no, it's been a really wild ride. Yeah, it's amazing.
And this production of Sunset Boulevard is really a stripped-down take on the classic Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. Were you familiar with the movie or previous renditions before?
No, I hadn't seen anything. And then our director, Jamie Lloyd, he basically told me, he was like, I don't want you to see anything, I don't want you to watch anything. I just want you to come in on day one and we'll figure out our version of Joe Gillis. And so we did that.
That's really smart.
So I'm excited to have a little deep dive after this is finished.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. Are you going to? Yeah. You have to go back and watch.
100%.
But it's such an incredible reimagining of it. And there's this part of the show where as you're singing the show's title track, you walk from your dressing room, down the stairs of the theater, through the streets, and back on stage, all while being live streamed so that the audience can watch. And one of the best things about the live theater is that no two shows are ever the same. Has anything ever happened during this part of it that just throws you off or that's different? Because it seems like kind of a wild card to do in the middle of a show.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that have happened. The ones that like throw me off a little bit is like when my mum and dad are in New York and they are like, I'm walking out and I just see my dad there with a phone. I'm like, oh, Dad.
Be cool.
I'm like, you couldn't have just like stood somewhere a little bit out of my eye line. And then the other ones is like sometimes we'll go out and if the timings, if like Hell's Kitchen are running early or we're running late and stuff, sometimes we overlap with them. And so there's like, and sort of all of the people from Hell's Kitchen leave. So that's always quite exciting when that happens.
Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Well, you've said that Broadway's always been a dream for you. Do you have a dream part you would like to play?
I really, really want Roger in Rent to happen.
Oh, you'd be fabulous.
Yeah, it's literally one of my favorite shows ever. So yeah, let's put it out there.
Yeah, exactly, manifest it. So you share the stage with the incredible Nicole Scherzinger, who is also Tony nominated for her role. She's just getting so many rave reviews about this. I mean, just an absolute icon. And you said she's like a sister to you now, but I understand that you had a surprising reaction when you first rehearsed with her.
Somebody like Nicole Scherzinger, she has a voice which, like, it is incredible. And when you hear it for the first time and you're, like, really close to it, it's like a completely different experience. And I just remember, like, the first time she'd come to rehearsals and I watched her sing through With One Look. And, like, I didn't even know, you know when your hairs on your back of your neck go? I didn't know that your legs could do that. So it was like, it was an incredible experience. She's just got this tone to her voice that's just chilling and comforting at the same time. Like, she's remarkable.
She's unbelievable. And did you know her from the Pussycat Dolls days?
I kind of did.
You might be too young. That was definitely my era.
I think I was about 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother and sister grew up listening to her, but I didn't know as many songs as they did.
Do you have any favorite songs now? Have you gone back to the...
It's got to be Buttons, I think, is probably my favorite.
It is so fascinating, like, for my era, to think of her as this huge Broadway star now and think of her getting her start kind of in the pop world. But Nicole recently said that there's a talk of a film adaptation of Sunset Boulevard. Is that something you've heard anything about, anything you're able to share?
It is not something that I've heard about, but it's something that I would love to do. Yeah, I just think this story is sort of timeless.
Oh, completely, yeah.
And so it would be really fun to do a version of it with our cast.
Well, I have to mention, you're in the newest season of the hit show You, one of my absolute favorites. You're fantastic in it. Kind of have a crazy arc, because you're not sure, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? What was it like? It hit #1 on Netflix. What was it like being part of this really just hugely popular show?
Well, it was my first time ever on a TV set.
Oh, wow.
So that was like really exciting. So I was quite nervous about it. But the cast they found out about that, and everybody from Penn to Maddie and like Natasha and B, they all were just so good at like guiding me through and helping me. Like, yeah, if I'm ever #1 on a TV set, I want to try and do it like Penn Badgley. He's just an absolute joy to work with.
Oh yeah, he's fabulous. Well, speaking of debuts, you also made your Met Gala debut just last week. You looked awesome on the red carpet.
Thank
what
you.
was it like to attend that just iconic event?
It was like overwhelming in the most beautiful way. Like it really was. Like there was a moment where I was like sat there, and the musicians started performing, and we just had this incredible dinner, and like Usher comes out and makes this incredible entrance, and then one of my musical heroes, Stevie Wonder, comes out, and I was just stood there, just like my jaw was just on the floor. We were so close.
Just taking it all in.
And he just sounds incredible. It was an incredible night.
Well, I saw your look written up in some of the best dressed, so you showed up for your first one very well.
Thank you.
So you have so much going on. Sunset Boulevard is such an intense show, and you perform it 8 times a week.
8 times.
But I heard that you and some of the guys on cast have kind of a backstage ritual that involves playing video games.
I feel bad saying this because I feel like when you come to see like a Broadway show or like a West End show or whatever, I feel like everyone thinks like everyone's going, we're zeroed in. But no, we play FIFA for quite a lot of the time backstage. I go down at about 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be on stage and sort of focus in, but the rest of the time we are playing.
That's so interesting. Everyone's got their own ritual.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a video where you were playing with a like remote-controlled helicopter in your dressing room. Which is awesome. And because it's your first time on The View,
oh, you've got it up.
we want to give you some other things to add to your pre-show ritual.
No.
We've got a remote-controlled view car for you, some pickleball paddles, some cards. So you and the guys can prep with all of this before the show. I cannot believe you're on the hottest show on Broadway and you're preparing beforehand playing video games. So we're adding this to the routine.
Thank you so much.
Tom, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Sunset Boulevard is playing at the St. James Theater now through July 13th. Thank you for watching. You're awesome.